My name is Lucas Ogas. I am the harvest manager slash agronomist. So the Fresh Chili Company, they contracted me to plant the seed, grow the pepper, and harvest the pepper. New Mexico seed has been known and traditionally has success for their flavors. Just the flavor of it overall is just different and real native to this area. It is not your Anaheim, California pepper. The green chili is very similar to like the apples and tomatoes. They obviously start green, and in the transition of about a month and a half time, they change into a red pepper, where some of the sugars and the chemicals inside there transition a bit for a more sweeter type pepper for the red sauce. So we have actually started this family company basically at the turn of the century with my great-grandpa Adrian Ogaz. I'm also continuing in the family business, being the fourth gen farmer, if you will. Randy has contacted us, thankfully, reaching out for the long red organic peppers. There's a saying in the field that says you always plant 5 pounds of seed in the field, 1 pound for the weather, 1 pound for the insects, 3 pounds for yourself. So we planted extra for you guys this year.
Hello, I'm Dennis Riggs. This is Hatch, New Mexico. We're going to do a chili video this morning. This is the chili of the weekend. It's pressured, but it separates. You can see in the center it separates a little bit. There's nothing wrong with it. My family and my wife's family has canned it for like 40 years, like this, in big pressure cookers. My wife's mother, when I first met her, I grew up with chili powder. I always ate chili powder. My mama, we had a dehydrator, and we always ate chili powder. So I went to my mother-in-law's and had this. I didn't like it. But when we got married, I really like it. So we started doing it ourselves. And all of our friends and everybody here in town that buys chili from me want this. And then Randy come along, and he wants to do a lot. So we had to get a little bigger. Randy come up here with Stormy Adams and wanted me to do a little chili for him. 50 gallons. I think it was 50 gallons. Probably. Yeah, it wasn't nothing. 50 gallons. Then the next year he wanted 100 gallons. And then he wanted 200 gallons. We've been doing it for like
4 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
Then he wants
fifth year, maybe.
He wants 20,000 pounds of chili. It didn't register until the chili showed up. What happens is the farmer brings it to us in a it's called an onion box. It's a half chili box. And there's about 1,000 pounds of chili in every box. They've destemmed it in the field. They've taken the stem off, and the pot is whole. We dump it on a table. We sort it, run it through a washer, because it's got dirt on it. You know, everything that comes from the field. We wash it really good. And we got these 6 pots. They're 160 quart pots. And we fill it with water, put the chili in there, roughly 80 pounds of chili per pot. And we boil it. You can feel it when you get it. And if the skin's really soft and pops off, it's time. And then we take it and we blend it. Not puree, but it's almost puree, but it's blended. And then we have it's a squeeze-o, and we put the chili in it. You'll have to see it to believe it, but it's got an auger with a screen, and that auger pushes that chili through it. The juice comes out the screen, and the seeds and the stem go out the other end. And when it comes here in the bucket, it's ready to go.
My name is Rachel Schneider, and this is Old Gringo Chili Company in Las Cruces, New Mexico. We're a small batch producer. We produce our own line of products, and we work as a co-packer for products like Fresh Chili Company and Randy McMillan. How we came into this business was my family owns a Mexican restaurant in historic Mesilla, and they're known for their salsa bars. So we had always talked about wanting to do jarred salsas, and that's kind of how we discovered Old Gringo Chili Company. And at that time, the mother-daughter team were ready to get out of the business, so it kind of just happened that way. And so I was new to the business, and Randy had actually worked with the former owners, and he was doing chili to give away to customers. So it was a family recipe, and these were customer gifts. He approached me and said, I want to do it again, and we then started talking about, making a company out of it. Putting a nice label on it and looking at wholesale opportunities. The Fresh Chili Company product is very unique in the sense that it's taking that wet red chili pod. Most of our red chili sauces are done from a dried red pod, which gives it a different flavor, different color. So fresh red is extremely unique, and you'll see this bright, almost orange color instead of the dark maroon that you're used to seeing, and it has like a sweet kick to it. And so when you look at it in the jar, the color just pops, and you open it up and the flavors pop even more.
Hi, my name is Robert Bauer. I manage Toucan Market in Las Cruces, New Mexico. We're the first store to carry the fresh red chili sauce. It's the only one I know of that's made with fresh chili. The other ones are all dried. It's been a phenomenal product for us. It's continued to increase in sales. I've had multiple people come back telling me instead of buying 1 jar, they buy 4 jars. Or instead of buying 4 jars, they buy 12 jars. They come from even out of town. I've actually had people as far as Albuquerque come down to purchase the product. The hot's the best seller. In the last 3 months, we've sold 70 of them, and followed up by the medium. And the medium's right behind it. We sold 60 of those. So the extra hot, you gotta be prepared for the extra hot. That one's definitely will catch your attention.